Hey guys, welcome to part 7 of my guide. And as I mentioned before last time, we're going to start by attacking Great Britain today. So we're going to force get our troops across that water first. Of course, I'm just preparing for this war by moving my troops in position. We go ahead and take unrestricted conquest. And since I know the revolution is on its way, I need to make sure my stability is a bit lower. So I'm going to see if I can find some royal marriages to cancel. You need less than 2 stability to trigger the event. Which you can find out who you could possibly royal marriage in this diplomacy tab here. Go to dynastic, royal marriage. Ethiopia, sure. Alright. So I'll go ahead and call this war against Great Britain, pull in the Ottomans. Okay. And I need to bear in mind this is going to be again a two-front war because there's some colonial provinces down here, so I'm going to go ahead and core some of this English land so I can get this monument. I'm going to accept English culture. And the reason I'm upgrading this is because I want this lower stability cost, because the revolutionary event's going to happen and it's going to require that I get max stability. I would just tolerate the revolutionaries so you get it to spread faster if you get an event like this. Alright, now the revolution can start to trigger, because I have less than 1 stability and I have at least 20% revolutionary spread. So make sure you have a good amount of admin points because you're going to need to boost your stability to make the event end fast. You want the revolution always to end immediately, so you make sure when it triggers, you have no active rebels. I'm going to go ahead and white peace out Sweden. If you happen to be a war like I am, when the revolution's about to tick, make sure you have some guys at home to deal with the rebels that will pop. I'm going to go ahead and white peace out Russia here. Again, short truces are going to be good, especially when we hit that 90% admin and we want to take a lot of land pretty quick. So I decided I'm just going to vassalize Great Britain as I use a fort somewhere that I can't get to, somewhere in the New World. So that's totally good. Just gonna grab everything mainland and then make him a subject. I'm not going to core anything for a minute because that event's coming and I want my admin points just to make sure. Before I do another war, I'm going to wait for that disaster. And before the disaster triggers, you want to clear out any other rebels, as there can be no rebels in the country to finish this event. I'm going to fish for a stability cost advisor, since I know I'm going to have to boost a lot of stability. So here's the event. It's going to make you lose 2 stability, and you'll want to say, we must show these upstarts their place. You're going to want to kill these rebels as soon as possible. I'm of course going to boost my stability all the way up to 3. Shouldn't be too bad as I kind of prepared ahead of time. And there we go. The revolution is over. And of course only lasted a few months. So if you're following my path as far as ideas go, I would focus on getting this objective and don't worry about Diplotech for a minute. You could fall behind Diplotech, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to start annexing Portugal and Spain as soon as possible. Right now it's not important that I war because I'm kind of high on admin. I need to save for Tech 27. I'm going to work towards my military hegemon before I hit Tech 27. This is probably the last, like, you're not warring period in the game that you have. I'm gonna go ahead and claim my military hegemon. Again, you want to try to get this military Tech 27 as soon as possible. Like, I'm a little behind, obviously. I could get it right now if I had the power. So I definitely could have handled this a little bit better. Kind of a waste of a few years of potential conquest. What I can do is, I can probably start a war when I'm getting close. Okay, I'm gonna go to war with Russia and call in the Ottomans. Mostly I'm calling the Ottomans just so they also get a truce with them. Because I won't be allied with the Ottomans by the next time the next war with Russia is, basically. And same thing I always recommend with all Imperial wars, like, get the war go fast, so it's taking the whole war. And I like to use Autonomous Siege sometimes. Split my guys into lower stacks. Just make sure that you're still looking out for their armies if you Autonomous Siege. Maybe Autonomous Sieges a few groups like I have of 25s and then control your bigger armies to siege forts. This makes it a little less tedious. Now that Portugal's integrated, and have a bunch of extra merchants. And really I could min-max trade, but I'm so rich I don't really care. Just gonna, you know, randomly collect. And then of course Ottomans broke their alliance with me. This is fine. This is, you know, this kind of needs to happen. It's time that we start dealing with him. He's also, you know, he's got 4,500 devs, so we're gonna need a lot of wars to deal with him. I'm able to get my admin tech to 27 now. As you can see, this puts my admin up to 90%. And that is the max you can go with admin efficiency. Before we end this war, we're probably going to want to get this negative 20% war score cost bonus. Alright, I'm going to grab this negative 20% war score province cost. And of course, we're going to do the classic take away justified conflicts and add it back. We're going to see what we could take right now. Alright, I'm going to call that good. As you can see, I'm taking a ton of land from Russia. And it's only going to be, it's funny, it's only 45 aggressive expansion and 76 overextension, and 309 decor. Seeing if I can get another war in before I have to fight the Ottomans. So I think I have 3 years of truce or something. I'm gonna take care of France real fast. I'm gonna take out France real quick. I'm trying to do this quickly, so like by the time that truce pops with the Ottomans, I'll be ready. Gonna go ahead and fully annex the Papal States. This should give me a missionary, as I have occupying Rome as a Protestant nation. Can't catch a break with full annexing these colonial nations now. Someone else is occupying some of their provinces, so guess I'll just subjugate them as well. You see, at this point of the game, you're just so rich, you just, you know, do what you want. Upgrade great projects if you feel like. And our truce with the Ottomans ends this year, so we're just gonna hang out until then, probably. Maybe we can annex Great Britain. Alright, our truce with the Ottomans is up. Really, this is just like any other war. Should go for his capital straight away. Generally, if I get a little lazy like I'm now, I'm just gonna autonomously siege with a bunch of stacks of 100. Have them go wild. I'm resisting the urge to assault or anything like that because I want to get my military tech up. Starting the golden age here. Oh, we gotta get that Ottoman music playing. You gonna play this mini game where you try to cross the water a million times? And eventually you're gonna cross the water. If you don't, you can probably just walk around. Aha! And of course, once you're on both sides of water like this, they can't stop you. Of course, I haven't even seen the Ottomans yet. Probably in Russia somewhere. Of course. Let's see, can I win a ship battle? 652 versus 3? Probably not. Like, I feel like I'd lose this. I don't know why, but I just always do. Maybe I win this. No, no. Definitely don't win that. I don't know why. Only God knows why. I've never won a ship battle in my life. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and peace out Hormuz here. Take everything but one province. I'm gonna peace out Delhi. Swipe peace. Let's just peace out Kino. Deal with him next time. We have Transylvania here, the middle treaties with the Ottomans. Alright, so finally this war's come to an end, and it was a fairly long war. Started in, I think it was about 6 years. Or was it 8? Let's see. That was the 6-year war. And what my goal here is a couple things I want from this war. The first thing I want is this province called Maltaforts. It has a really great project. And the second main goal is cutting off all his expansion paths. I don't want him to get any stronger, so it's cutting off here, 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 and over here. And the next thing I have is I just want to split up his lands. So if he gets rebels, it's hard for him to do anything about it. So I'm just kind of cutting past here, just making the worst type of border gore you've ever seen. And committing atrocities here. So, yep, that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, we're going to be a bit overextended, and we might... Yeah, that's okay. I feel like next war I want to be a little more ready to get a couple more of his allies out sooner. Probably going to station those guys in Russia. I could just deal with the rebels. I could subject out, but I don't really think it's too big of a deal to just deal with some rebels for a little bit. One trick with this event that I found is separate settlements is when you get over 100 overextension. You don't want to interact with it because another one of these can't pop up while that one's already there. Your best option is just to ignore it and pretend, you know, put it down in the corner, pretend it's not a problem, everything's okay. So, you know, it's best to ignore your problems. Actually, I'm just gonna disband some of my guys because I get their manpower back anyways. I'll probably just re-recruit them over here. Money's not really a factor for me anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode there. So as you can see, we're we're kind of starting to get to that real late game point. You know, we've got, let's see, what's our development? 16,000. We cut down the Ottomans a good chunk in that war, and kind of made so they don't have very good expansion paths moving forward. And yeah, we're just going to continue with our world conquest in the next episode. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and thanks for watching.